I've noticed that, when you're capable like you are, Misa is pretty capable, if you noticed, right? That more and more gets added to you because you handle everything that comes to you. Have you, and do you ever feel the stress of being the strong one, the ordered one?
I'm the strong one. I'm not nervous. I'm as tough as the crust of the earth is.
I didn't say you were nervous. I didn't mean to imply that.
I move mountains, I move churches, and I glow because I know what my worth is.
I believe you. I really do.
I don't ask how hard the work is. Got a rough, indestructible surface. Diamonds and platinum, I find them, I flatten them. I take what I'm handed, I break what's demanded. But under the surface, I feel berserk as a tightrope walker in a 3-ring circus. Under the surface, was Hercules ever like, yo, I don't want to fight Cerberus? Under the surface, I'm pretty sure I'm worthless if I can't be of service. A flaw or a crack, the straw in the sack that breaks the camel's back. What breaks the camel's back? It's pressure like the drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Oh, pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just go pop. Oh, 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 give it to your sister's older. Give her all the heavy things that we can't shoulder. Who am I if I can't run with the ball? If I fold to pressure like a grip, 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 and it won't let go. Oh, pressure like a tick, tick, tick till it's ready to blow. Oh, 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 give it to your sister's stronger. See if she can hang on a little longer. What am I if I can't carry it all? If I falter under the pressure, I hide my nerves and it worsens. I worry something is gonna hurt us. Under the surface, the ship doesn't swerve as it hurt how big the iceberg is. Under the surface, I think about my purpose. Can I somehow preserve this? Line up the dominoes, a light wind blows. You try to stop it, tumble, but on it goes. But wait, if I could shake the crushing weight of expectations, would that free some room up for joy or relaxation or simple pleasure? Instead we measure this growing pressure keeps growing and growing, 'cause all we know is pressure like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Oh, pressure that'll tip, tip, tip till you just pop. Oh, 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 give it to your sister, it doesn't hurt it. See if she can handle every family burden. Watch as she buckles and bends but never breaks. No mistakes, just pressure like a grip, 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 and it won't let go. Whoa, pressure like a tick, tick, tick till it's ready to blow. Whoa, oh, oh, give it to your sister and never wonder if the same pressure would have pulled you under. Who am I if I don't have what it takes? No cracks, no breaks, no mistakes, no pressure.
No pressure, Misa. No pressure. For those of you who don't know that song, it's from the movie Encanto. The song was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And Misa shifted and planned to do that just on Thursday. She learned it. Woo! No pressure. No pressure. And Joshua was just up. It's one of our kids' favorite Disney musicals right now, movie musicals. And it just is so perfect for what I'm talking about today. Today's talk is chaos and order. So this is the representation right now, because it seems that in a lot of areas of our life, that when we handled everything over the last couple of years and the lot's been thrown at all of us, more was given. And more kept pressure up. And while many of us thought, sheltering in place will be a break, I'll get things done, as we talked about a couple weeks ago, that has not been my experience of it. And I see some heads nodding and some knowing giggles. It has been stressful. And the chaos of life itself, the chaos and the disorder, has brought so much drama and trauma into our lives. Truly, and the difference between trauma and drama for me is trauma is something traumatic has happened. We lost so many people. Here in the United States alone, we've lost 1 million people. I don't think there's any one of us who hasn't been touched by the trauma that we've all lived through. But drama is something that we create and that family systems create and we perpetuate. Because on some levels, the chaos and the drama is adrenaline and is motivating for us to get things done. And look what I overcame, and look what I did. And in the line in the song is, do I have any worth unless I do this great thing? Am I just okay to be me and relax and be joyful? Can you know that right here in this moment, you are exhibiting everything you need to exhibit? Peace, serenity, love, and joy are all beaming from you, and you are at your whole and your best. There's nothing you need do or prove. And I'm saying that to me too. As I'm standing here going, I say, good. I don't have to prove anything to claim my spot on this planet. I am a divine expression. You are a divine expression of life itself. And your being here is a miracle. And you need not show up and do anything other than be love. That's all you have to do. Doesn't mean you have to demonstrate love. You just have to be love. And that shifts everything. I picked this image, and if you can show it here to the people online too, because it looks like utter confusion. It looks like just a tangled mess. But in the midst of it, there's order. There is a pattern that you can't quite see because we're not interacting with it. We're saying, oh, it's too overwhelming. Let's scrap it. Let's move it. Let's tackle it. When we can just enjoy it. There's a beauty in that. There's a divine pattern that we need to step back from to fully see. But the world labels it chaos, disorder, and we want everything to be in perfect alignment, just like the chairs in the room. My staff will laugh because that's my thing. The chairs have to be set up perfectly. That's the order. And they don't. Will we still have service if the chairs aren't in perfect order? Yes. But our humanness wants to put everything in its place and can't seem to exist without it. But actually, sometimes when things seem to be falling apart, they're actually falling together. How many of you have had a diagnosis that changed everything in your life? Right? Yeah. And came out on the other side of it to understand what life's really about. How many of us have lost a job and thought it was the end of the world, end of our lives as we know it, only to get a better one or to find peace and happiness? How many of us have wanted a relationship or been in a relationship and moaned and wailed and cried as it ended to find Mr. or Mrs. Right around the corner? Yeah, right? Yeah. Sometimes when things fall apart, they are falling together for us. But we get in the way, and we say, no, that's what my good's supposed to look like. That's the one, and it's no good unless it's that job at that salary in that place. And we tell the universe, you're wrong. This isn't the best and highest for me. And we create our own drama and trauma by fighting what is, by arguing against reality. No, I'm not saying that we won't be sad when people leave and die. Of course you will. But think about it for a second. When we say it shouldn't have happened, we're saying to the universe that the universe's universal order is wrong. That's some ego, right? That is some huge, huge self-centeredness. The souls we lose, the dear ones to us, it hurts. It hurts when they leave the planet. But their soul's journey is going on. It is not over. Here in Unity, and in my life, I really know this. Life is eternal. My life existed before this body and before this personality. Do you get that? That life itself wasn't born when I was born for me. In some form, I existed before it. And after I leave this body, life will continue in a new form, in a new way, powerful, more powerful, unlimited by physical time and space. And to embrace that and to let go of the drama and saying, no, this isn't the way it's supposed to be, is freeing. Is freeing. I know it hurts. I'm not saying to deny it hurts. But to say that it shouldn't happen, we're fighting what is. Byron Katie, who I studied with a couple years ago as a gift from one of our congregants. I went down to Ojai and studied with Byron Katie. And if you don't know the work of Byron Katie, it's truly powerful. It's just about asking 4 questions. Is it true? Is it absolutely true? What do I feel like when I believe it's true? And who would I be without the belief that it's true? Right? And she says it this way. When I'm perfectly clear what is what I want. When I'm perfectly clear what is what I want. There's a freedom in acceptance, radical acceptance. When you can say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to go any further, guys. I won't lose you in this shot. I'm just talking to my staff because I stepped down off the platform because I wanted to be closer to you. There is a freedom in not fighting so hard. Life is bringing you multiple opportunities to be happy, to be fulfilled, to be joyous, to be loved. And the only thing that is truly blocking it is our own arguments with what is. Wow, right? I want to be very careful because these are statements that can be easily misunderstood. I lost a nephew this year to suicide. I face multiple diagnoses of my own, and I'm raising an amazing family with all of their own challenges and opportunities to overcome. I'm not saying that there isn't things we need to be and do in the world. But what makes them easier is accepting them for what they exactly are. This is what has happened. My grandparents passed away. My father or my mother has dementia. She doesn't know who I am anymore. She pretends to know who I am. And I love her anyway. And in some ways, she's happier. So I can make peace with what is. My sister, who's lost her son, is struggling right now. and I'm with her every moment I can be. And she lost her home this week too, on top of all of that. And because I watched it and held it and supported it, I also watched as the solution appeared too, and it wasn't me. The solution wasn't me paying for it, rushing in and doing it. The solution appeared because she engaged with it. And that song that Misa sang is so powerful because it demonstrates for us how we take on all the pressure, thinking we have to do it, not trusting that the others, people in our lives, have just as much access to the divine presence, to God itself, to their divinity and their wisdom and their strength as I do. And when I let go of my ego having to fix it, there's grace, there's beauty, there's divine order. And I want to be really clear about this too. Divine order isn't that everything is perfect. Isn't it all good? It's not candy. It's this. It's out of that chaos, we see in that same painting, there is a needle and thread. All those were threads. And in it is a needle for a purpose. That exists at the same time. But we couldn't see it before because we were too caught up. The same thing is happening every moment of our lives. When we can engage and trust, the world shifts and the order appears before our eyes. It was always there, but now we get to see it. And divine order is not some slogan, some saying that you slap on everything to make something that hurts feel better. Well, it's all in divine order. I lost that job, but it's all in divine order. My lover left me, but divine order. That's denial. That's psychological denial. Divine order is this, is that everything is unfolding. Divine order doesn't mean completion. It means perfect unfoldment. Divine order is how a plant grows, is how a cake is baked. If you take a step out of baking the cake, it's not cake, right? It's a pile of mush, right? So we must go through all the steps of the process to let life unfold. We have to go through the uncomfortable to get to the solution. We have to go through the pain to get to the joy, which, by the way, exists at the same time as the pain. As we all know, laughter through tears is my favorite emotion, to quote, what's that movie? Julia Roberts and Sally Fields and Steel Magnolias. Laughter through tears is my favorite emotion. Both can exist at once. And that is divine order. When we can know that we are moving towards something, we are moving towards the higher good through whatever has been put in front of us. A pandemic, again, a tragedy, a loss, a diagnosis, a grief. There is order to be seen, to be known, to be practiced. And that's why these booklets, the Lenten booklets, are so powerful, so helpful, so intrusive to break up our pattern of complaining, moaning, fretting. The same woman who wrote the one that Misa read and sang, read and sang, rang. I release any drama or conflict. That's Reverend Elizabeth Longo, a friend of mine who lives in Florida and used to work at Unity Miami. For Saturday, yesterday, she wrote, "The sweetness of spirit embraces and renews your mind. You are the creator of your life story. You have the power to choose where you can focus your intention instead of being drained by drama. You can create a radiant life filled with delight, joy, and peace." Stay tuned to your inner life. If you are feeling drained, pause and remember to center yourself in prayer and affirm your divine essence. Take time daily for self-care and self-love. You are worthy. Rest as pure awareness, continuing to expand in consciousness and delighting in the immense beauty within and around you. Rejoice and celebrate the birth of the new you. You are no longer immersed in any kind of behavior or drama that doesn't serve your highest good. You are free. Free. And with a grateful heart, centered in God, fully aware of my divinity, my faith is strong, and all is well. The glory of God radiates through me, as me, and I am free and renewed through the Christ within me. And for those of you who are new, Christ for us does not mean a person. It means the principle, the Christ principle, like we would say the Buddha principle or the Krishna principle, the Christ presence in me, that divine presence, radiates and changes everything. Living into your Christ nature allows you to be your own personal Savior. Living into the Christ nature that you are sets everyone free. And the affirmation reads, "I renew my inner peace in spirit." I want to talk about this before I ask you to say that with me. Because when we renew our inner peace and spirit, it means we engage. We engage with the seeming chaos. We engage with the life itself, either mentally, psychologically, or physically. We co-create the life of peace. It is not something passive. Sitting in meditation and praying is not a passive activity. It is the highest accelerated mind action known, and it transforms your life and the planet. So we consciously and purposefully engage with what is and watch as it shifts. So the affirmation is, I renew my inner peace in spirit. In God, in divine order. Can we know this together? I'll say it one more time and then know it together. I release my inner peace in spirit. Together? I renew my inner peace in spirit. And as the music team comes up, one of the most powerful ways we can do that is by forgiving ourselves. Is by remembering the truth that there is nothing we have ever done that can stop our good from unfolding.